The White House, standing as a symbol of American power, history, and democracy, has a storied past that extends beyond its role as the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. While the halls of this iconic structure echo with the weight of political decisions and historical events, they also resonate with tales of the paranormal, adding a layer of mystique to its already rich narrative. One of the most enduring and captivating ghost stories associated with the White House revolves around the spectral presence of Abraham Lincoln. The 16th President of the United States, revered for his leadership during the Civil War and remembered for his tragic assassination at Ford's Theater in 1865, is believed by many to have left an indelible mark on the residence where he once lived. The story of Lincoln's ghost haunting the White House has been passed down through generations, with various accounts describing eerie encounters and unexplained phenomena. The Lincoln bedroom, named in honor of the president, is often considered the focal point of these ghostly tales. Visitors and residents alike have reported sensing a cold presence, witnessing apparitions resembling Lincoln, or even encountering the ghostly figure sitting on the edge of the bed or staring out of the window. The origin of the belief in Lincoln's ghost dates back to the early 20th century. First Lady Grace Coolidge, wife of President Calvin Coolidge, claimed to have seen Lincoln's ghost standing by the window in the Oval Office. Lady Bird Johnson, the wife of President Lyndon B. Johnson, also reported encounters with Lincoln's ghost in the Yellow Oval Room. These accounts, among others, have contributed to the enduring myth of Lincoln's spirit wandering the halls of the White House. The Lincoln bedroom, where presidents and guests often stay, has become synonymous with reports of paranormal activity. While some dismiss these stories as mere folklore or products of an overactive imagination, others argue that the weight of history and the profound impact of Lincoln's presidency could leave an imprint on the very fabric of the building. Abraham Lincoln's tumultuous presidency, marked by the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, makes him a figure of great historical significance. The tragic circumstances of his assassination, coupled with his role in shaping the nation's trajectory, contribute to the reverence and fascination surrounding his legacy. As such, the idea of his ghost lingering in the White House adds a layer of complexity to the historical narrative, blending fact and folklore. In addition to Lincoln, other historical figures are said to haunt the White House, further entwining the residents with tales of the supernatural. Abigail Adams, wife of John Adams, the second President of the United States, is rumored to roam the hallways of the White House, keeping a watchful eye on the affairs of the nation. The East Room, a space used for receptions and events, is often cited as a location where her apparitions are most commonly experienced. Dolly Madison, the wife of James Madison, the fourth president, is another historical figure associated with ghostly tales at the White House. Dolly Madison played a crucial role in shaping the social scene of early Washington, D.C., and her presence is said to linger in the Rose Garden. Legend has it that her spirit becomes particularly active during times of national crisis, symbolizing a guardian spirit watching over the country. These ghost stories, whether rooted in historical events or embellished over time, contribute to the cultural and historical significance of the White House. The stories become a part of the collective consciousness, shaping the way people perceive and interact with the iconic residence. While some might dismiss these tales as fanciful or superstitious, others argue that they add depth and nuance to the understanding of the White House as a living historical monument. The persistence of these ghost stories has led to various investigations and inquiries into the supernatural aspects of the White House. Paranormal enthusiasts and researchers have sought to capture evidence of ghostly activity through methods such as electronic voice phenomena EVP recordings, infrared photography, and SANCs. However, the elusive nature of the supernatural, coupled with the lack of scientific consensus on the existence of ghosts, has left these efforts inconclusive. Skeptics approach the idea of a haunted White House with a healthy dose of skepticism, attributing the reported phenomena to natural causes, psychological factors, or the stress and pressures associated with the presidency. The rationalist perspective posits that the mind's susceptibility to suggestion, coupled with the architectural quirks of an old building, can create an environment where ghostly experiences seem plausible. However, believers argue that the absence of concrete scientific evidence does not negate the possibility of paranormal occurrences. They contend that the historical weight of the White House, coupled with the intense emotions experienced within its walls, creates an environment conducive to supernatural activity. The very notion of ghosts and hauntings, they argue, transcends the boundaries of empirical evidence and delves into the realm of personal experience and belief. Exploring the question of whether the White House is haunted, it is essential to consider the broader cultural context of ghost stories and their significance in human history. The concept of haunted houses and restless spirits has been a recurring theme in folklore and literature across various cultures. The White House, with its long history, iconic status, and association with pivotal moments in American history, becomes a natural focal point for such stories. The architecture and layout of the White House also contribute to its mysterious aura. The building has undergone numerous renovations and expansions since its construction in the early 19th century, providing ample opportunities for tales of hidden passages, secret rooms, and forgotten spaces. The labyrinthine nature of the residence, with its interconnected rooms and corridors, fuels the imagination and lends itself to stories of the unknown. While the concept of a haunted White House might seem fantastical to some, it is essential to recognize the cultural and psychological aspects at play. The belief in ghosts and the supernatural is deeply ingrained in human culture, serving as a way to grapple with the mysteries of life, death, and the afterlife. The White House, as a symbol of power and authority, becomes a canvas upon which these age-old narratives are projected. The White House Historical Association, tasked with preserving and sharing the history of the residence, acknowledges the ghost stories as part of the historical tapestry. Rather than dismissing them outright, the association approaches these tales with a sense of curiosity, recognizing their role in shaping the public perception of the White House. The stories, whether based on historical events or embellished over time, contribute to the multifaceted identity of the White House as a living monument.